Hi everybody, welcome back to Rust on the PC. I'm using GeForce now from Nvidia, the streaming service, to play it on my very old laptop, and we're actually in as the sun rises, which is quite poetic really, on my new private server, Scale Speeder Gaming Rust private server from Nitrado. Now, before you get too excited, I'm not going to be opening this one to the public. Actually, the sun's going down. I'm not opening this one to the public or patrons or anything like that yet. I'm using this purely to learn the game, to make content, and really it's to get ready for the game's imminent release on console, on PlayStation and Xbox, which I think will probably be July 2020 in a short period of time, but we've got to see, because there's lots to learn about this game. And you may well have already seen my video where you may look at Rust and think, oh, it's like DayZ, but it's not. It's not a serious simulation like DayZ is. It's more like a fun, silly sandbox where you can do all these amazing things, but it still has those core mechanics of survival. So eating, drinking, staying healthy, more crafting than looting. You tend to be finding and looking for resources to then craft things to build a base, rather than going through towns and cities as you do in DayZ to find stuff and then crafting stuff. So with Rust, the map is procedurally generated. So this is the map for my server. Until I reinstall the server, this is how it is. So it's different to any other map I've been on, and you can see we've got the monuments dotted around, which we're going to be visiting and exploring. That's where I died earlier, and that's me. So I've got to kind of decide where I want to go. So my priority is really, is that a bandit camp there? What does that say? Some sort of camp. Well, maybe we should head off in that direction. So let's put a marker down. Now it's getting dark, but I've done a couple of mods already. The modding seems very simple on Rust servers actually. I have, oh, where's my torch? Oh, I think I may have gone through my, oh, we're probably going to die then. So yeah, what I've done is I've added a password so nobody can join it apart from me. Don Sibley may come along, so I'm kind of encouraging him to, in fact this is a bit silly because I can't see anything, but hopefully yeah, Don Sibley might come along and have a practice on the server as well. Hopefully what's also going to happen is this night shouldn't last very long at all. I've hopefully put a mod in which means that nights last 5 minutes and days last 2 hours. Generally, I think it's half an hour and half an hour, I think. I've got a lot to learn about Rust. So hopefully we're not going to be in the dark for too long, and this is just going to be a short video anyway, because I need to watch lots of YouTube videos about Rust. And generally what I've kind of found so far is it tends to be very much a case of when you're a fresh spawn, run around, gather as much wood and rock and stuff like that as you can by whacking on trees, whacking on rocks. If you're on a public server, running around, and then what you often come across are abandoned bases where people have either died or they've had enough, and you can go inside and sometimes you'll find stuff as well. And then what you need to do is you need to really craft something like craft a sleeping bag, so you've got somewhere to spawn in, and really it's the race is on to make a base, so that you can secure the stuff you've got, and then you've got somewhere to return to on the server in order to kind of really start building up the amount of resources you have and the amount of blueprints you have, and then you can visit all these other space places. So these monuments, so I think this bandit camp, that's where there's vending machines where you can put like scrap in, well I don't know to be honest, but get things out. And then at places like the airfield, where have I been? I've been to the docks on one map, I've been to the harbour, and you'll get buildings in there that may well have you know, junk inside or boxes, and you'll find roads dotted all over the map, which funny enough aren't on the map. And on the road, on the side of the road, you'll find barrels that you can open up. You'll find boxes that you can open up. I understand there's supply drops that get dropped on the map as well. There we go. There's a gas station there. There's a train yard, an abandoned cabins, launch site. Now, some of these sites, I understand, are defended by non-player characters, such as there's a oil rig somewhere in the sea. There we go. So that oil rig has got NPC scientists on it that will defend it when you try and go on and loot it. And there's other places that have NPCs on as well. And I think when you go to places like the bandit camp, but they're safe zones, so if you get your gun out, auto turrets kill you. Mining outpost. And as far as the map goes, so you have the green areas which are like woodland and grassland, where you find all sorts of, you know, growing things and stuff. You have the deserts, which are a little bit more difficult to survive in, I think. And then we have the snowy, icy, mountainous areas where you'll find lots of ore and metal and things like that. There we go. So it's still night time, so we'll give it a couple more minutes. And as I say, every time you reset and restart a server, you get a new map. Oh, look, see, there's the cargo ship. So I think as well that has non-player characters in it. So you would grab a boat, you find fuel, find weapons, grab a boat, try and get on it, kill the NPCs, take the loot, and then make your way back. And there's also things like this. There's scrap helicopters that you can find. There's those little like James Bond little helicopters, the one-person helicopter, the mini choppers. They look pretty cool. And so on and so forth. Is it getting lighter yet? What's that over there? Well, that's the moon coming out, I think. Is it? There's no zombies in there's no zombies in Rust, but there are boars and wolves or dogs that will run around and will kill you. I don't know whether my mod has worked to affect the day and night, because this seems to be taking the normal. I suppose that moon is moving quite fast, isn't it? But it's not going to get across the whole sky in 5 minutes, which is a bit of a shame. So what we'll do, we'll probably just end this video here, because it's no fun watching me run around in the dark where you guys can't see anything. Yeah, so the idea of having the private server is that I can, you know, play around with things like crafting and building and surviving and doing videos about modding and learning all this stuff, so that when it comes out on Xbox and PlayStation, I'll be able to do lots of really good videos for everybody, tutorials, you know, on how to make the most out of this very, very popular game. It's much more popular than DayZ, but it's got a very different flavour from DayZ. And don't worry, I'm not going to be stopping making DayZ content. You know, DayZ is my bread and butter, as is COD Modern Warfare as well at the moment as well. Really enjoying that. But we're definitely going to be delving into Rust a lot more, and you'll find a lot more content about it there. So anyway, sorry about this rather odd, short little video. I'll have to do a little bit more experimenting with that day-night mod to try and get it working properly. And I'll see you all again soon.